Hi, Mike.
Good morning, Eileen. How are you?
Good, good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mike O'Neill. I'm the sales manager for CompuTech. I appreciate you taking the time with me today.
Great to see you. Okay.
Again, thank you for taking the time to meet with me today.
My pleasure.
So I'm here as a response to your calling us regarding our email blitz.
Mm-hmm.
You showed interest in some of our products, and I wanted to spend a little time with you today to understand your business a little better, get to know you a little better, and really figure out what you're looking for in terms of your security needs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if you don't mind, I have a couple things. I was on your website. That was not a good transition. I didn't like that at all. Sorry. sorry. Did not like that at all. Damn.
He'll have to edit this part out too.
So I spent some time looking on your website, and I noticed that you're expecting 25% growth this year. Can you tell me what's driving that business?
Well,
do you mind if I take some notes?
no, please, that's fine. We actually became part of Kroger not too long ago. Previously, we were a supplier to Kroger,
Right.
and now we're owned by Kroger. And what we have been able to do is leverage a lot of the benefits of closer relationship with Kroger for growth with that account,
Sure.
but also for growth with other customers. You know,
Okay.
just from what we've been able to learn and the advances we've been able to make through our closer association with Kroger. Now, 25% is ambitious, but that's what we're supposed to do.
Sure. Are there any large customers in that group that you're targeting in this growth?
We do have a couple of prospects, but I'm not really at liberty to name them. But yeah, we
Understood.
do have a couple of large prospects.
Super. Thank you. I also noticed that on LinkedIn, you have a lot of account exec positions open. In fact, there was quite a number of account exec positions open. What is driving the need for those additional people?
Those large prospects. If those hit, well, then we're going to have a lot of account execs in order to manage the volume of business that will come from those.
So you're trying to win this business with your existing sales force, but then if you get that business, you'll need to hire. So you want to get these people on board and trained first.
Correct.
Right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take me through, I noticed that in your job description, 75% of your sales force will be traveling. 75% of their time they'll be traveling. Can you take me through a typical day for one of your sales reps?
Well, so let's talk about the force that will, I guess, let me give you an example of those that are out there now trying to win those new prospects. Okay. So that is very much a long selling cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have to get into these accounts. So let's say they're headquartered here in Cincinnati, many of them are.
Mm-hmm.
They'll fly out to wherever that account is, and they'll spend the whole week out there.
Okay.
So their day is spent going between departments in that prospect,
Sure.
determining what the needs are for
Mm-hmm.
that. Now, obviously, this is already a qualified lead. These
Yeah.
are companies that have shown great interest in what we're doing, and we are basically responding to a set of needs. But we have to identify those needs and make sure we understand them well first. So they'll spend a week there collecting information from a variety of departments, and then fly back home for the weekend, and then depending on how many different times they have to go out, they might do that with a variety of different accounts.
Sure.
But generally, they're on a plane Monday evening and maybe coming home Friday sometime.
So in the course of those trips to the customers, are they carrying with them on the way out 8451 confidential data and
Yeah.
coming back customer confidential data?
Yes.
Based on the new data protection laws, are there any security concerns that you've been considering relative to that data being outside your company?
Well, it's one of the things we sell. You know, when they're in there talking with these accounts, we talk about how well developed our firewalls and security systems and all of that is for our data.
Sure.
So yes, those laws are important to us.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything associated with the salespeople having that data outside the company?
Yeah, we try not to talk about that too much.
I understand.
Yes, yeah. We have like 1,200 account execs,
Mm-hmm.
and so every one of those is a risk. right? I mean, not that the people are, but just the fact that they have data with them in external settings.
Sure.
That's always a risk.
Sure. Has anything happened recently that is driving you to have this interest in our additional security for your sales force?
I imagine there are things that have happened we don't even know about, but there was, just between you and me, this doesn't go outside of this room, but there was an incident where someone left a laptop at TSA, and we finally were able to track it down.
Sure.
But for a while, we had data that was at risk.
I'm certain that the customer was not very pleased with that if they knew.
Yeah, we tracked it down fast enough.
Good. Good deal. Good deal. Thank you. Let's see. So, if I was to ask you to provide me some ideas on what you're looking for your sales force that would prevent things like leaving a laptop away, or just to make sure that while they're traveling, something isn't taken from their bag. Any of those sorts of things. Could you provide me some things that you're looking at or thinking about? Maybe it's real today, maybe it's a wish list that we might be able to address for you.
Yeah. Well, gosh, yeah, if you could figure out a way to make my salespeople not be forgetful, that'd be great. Mike, if you could do that for us. Some way that, other than tethering the bag to them, that we could feel very it's probably not something we'd even talk about a lot if we had that, because
Sure.
we don't want to admit that there's potential for a problem there.
Sure.
But something like that would be great. The other thing is really simple. It's just that they get banged up. The
Sure.
bags look tattered and unprofessional quickly. The computers themselves sometimes get damaged either through, just dropping it or banging it around, getting it in
Sure.
and out of a car, or an overhead bin in
Sure.
a plane. The elements, the weather, that, and also sometimes people complain about, they get shoulder pain and neck pain and those types of things. So, more of comfort issues.
Okay. Is there anything else you could think of?
I mean, the cost is always an issue.
Sure.
How much are we going to have to pay to get all those benefits that we're looking for?
Sure. If I was to ask you to prioritize these, what would be your number one need that you would like to see addressed?
Well, it's kind of wishful thinking, but number one would be if we could not lose any computers again. I mean, that's where our biggest exposure and risk is.
Okay. Going from there?
Then I would say probably protecting the computer that's in the bag.
Sure.
And that idea of how the bag looks,
Sure.
presentable and durable, that kind of thing. And then after that, the comfort issue. I
Sure.
mean, that's important, but the others are more important.
And cost would be the least.
Well, the cost, honestly, it just depends on how well those other things are delivered.
Sure.
If we know we've got a bag that's going to last a while and it's going to do all those things, we're not afraid to spend a little money on
Okay.
it. But I'm not really interested in buying something disposable.
Right. I
If you will.
understand. So if I could show you a product that would address your account exec's needs in these 4 areas, would you be interested in pursuing a potential solution?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd like to see what you can do as far as addressing
Sure.
those things.
Just a couple other questions. First one is, are you the decision maker for this, or do we need to include someone else in this discussion?
No, it's my budget.
It's your
I just have to.
And you have the budget for this in 2019?
I do.
Okay.
I have to buy some bags in 2019.
Okay. Are you going to are you thinking of replacing your entire staff in 2019?
Probably don't have that much budget.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to, but realistically, I'm thinking of the new folks we bring in.
Yep.
We'll start with them.
Sure.
Everybody else will grumble because they got the good stuff. Then little by little, we'll replace the others.
Understood. Okay, at the start of this, your secretary or administrative assistant said you had only 15 minutes. So with respect for your time, what I'd like to do is see if we can schedule our next meeting to go over some potential solutions, show you some of the features and benefits that we have in our products that might address your needs. that I believe will address your needs.
So you think you've got something?
I think we have something to show you, but I know you don't have time
Yeah,
for that
I
today.
gotta run.
So what I'd like to do is schedule something for next week. Would a Tuesday or a Thursday be better for you based on your calendar?
You know, I didn't even bring my phone with me. Why don't you shoot me an email?
Okay.
Propose Tuesday and Thursday. Let me
Okay.
check it against my calendar and I'll get back to you.
Will do.
Fair enough?
Thanks very much for your time.
All right, thank you. See you, Mike.